All right, let's talk about something we use literally every single day. Something so common we barely even think about it anymore: Wi-Fi. It's kind of like this invisible magic that connects our whole world. I mean, seriously, have you ever just stopped and thought about that? You're holding your phone and somehow the entire internet is just flowing into it right through the air. How does that actually happen? Well, let's dive in. So, to really get why Wi Fi is such a huge deal, we first need to appreciate the problem it was built to solve. It all boils down to a really simple but totally revolutionary idea: connecting to the internet without being physically tied down. Just think about the before and after here. Not too long ago, getting online meant you were literally tethered to a wall by a cable. You were stuck in one spot at one desk. Wi Fi completely changed the game. It gave us the freedom to move around and to connect a whole bunch of devices all at the same time. So, what is it really? At its heart, the definition is actually beautiful in its simplicity. Wi Fi is just the technology that lets our electronics, our phones, our laptops, you name it, talk to the internet without any pesky cables. Okay, so if there aren't any cables, how is all that information moving around? The best way to picture it is as a constant, invisible conversation happening all around us. So let's break down how that conversation actually works. In this invisible chat, there are really two main players. First up, you've got your device, your phone, your tablet, whatever it is you're using right now. And second, you've got the router, that little box with the blinking lights that's probably sitting somewhere in your house or office. So what language are these two speaking? The answer is radio waves. It's pretty much the same technology that brings music to your car radio. But instead of sending songs, Wi-Fi uses these waves to send and receive data. The building blocks of websites, videos, and emails. This all happens in a super simple three-step dance. First, your device uses radio waves to ask for something, like, hey, show me that funny cat video. Second, the router goes and gets that video from the internet. And third, the router answers back, sending that information right back to your device, also using radio waves. This whole back and forth happens millions of times a second, so fast that it feels completely instant to us. Now, this silent conversation doesn't just happen anywhere. It operates within a very specific area, which you can kind of think of as your own personal Wi-Fi zone. A router doesn't broadcast its signal to the whole world. Instead, it creates this sort of bubble of connectivity right around itself. The size of that bubble can change depending on how powerful the router is or if there are walls in the way, but as long as you're inside it, you've got internet. This is also why you sometimes see two different network names from your router. One is for a longer range signal, and the other is for a faster signal that works best when you're close by. And we run into these Wi-Fi zones every single day. We've got them in our homes, at school, in the office, even at our favorite coffee shop. Each of those places has a router that's creating its own little bubble of internet access. Maybe the most powerful thing about Wi-Fi, and something we definitely take for granted, is its amazing ability to handle so many different connections all at the same time. And it all starts with just that one single piece of hardware: the wireless router. But that one little box is an absolute master at multitasking. It can have a conversation with your phone, your laptop, your smart TV, and your tablet all at once. It just manages all those invisible conversations at the same time. That's the real magic of modern Wi-Fi, especially the newer kinds that are designed to handle a whole house full of gadgets without slowing down. So, if we boil it all down to just one single idea, it's this: Wi-Fi is just radio waves sending information between your device and a router. That's it. It's a constant, wireless conversation that connects us to the entire digital world. And that leaves us with a really fascinating question. We've mastered sending data through radio waves, but if it's all just waves in the air, what other invisible forces could we use to connect in the future? What comes after